Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 203. And today we're going to be doing battle with equipped pirates. And so the old pirates equipment deck here, this is something that I initially tried to make work with Fizz Twisted Fate. Right? I wasn't playing constructed back in the kind of heyday of Fizz Twisted Fate, but it used to be a PNZ Bilgewater burn deck. You would look to get things like Wiggly Burblefish on the board, get cheap copies of it with iterative improvement, play the Burblefish for free, and then close out the game with burn spells. I tried to kind of reinvent that with the release of the new set and the addition of cards like the Unending Wave, but it just didn't really do it for me. I wasn't really happy with it. But some of the ideas there did stick. And I like adding some of these cards into the Pirate's shell. And so we do see a lot of similarities that you would normally see with Pirates. We have our Misfortunes, our Nox and Fervors, our Eye of Nagakaboros, along with the Rear Guard, Jagged Butcher, Mirai Warden, Hookmaster, Sprayfin. Like we have this kind of standard Pirates package, but we are looking to take advantage of this equipment. And so we're looking to tie in the Darkened Ballista along with the Unending Wave. And so the first thing that I'm really looking to do with the addition of the equipment is I want my units to have some kind of evasion, right? Elusive, fearsome, overwhelm. Because if we're just going to be putting a Legion Rearguard on the board and giving it +2 attack, it's not that likely to deal any additional damage. And so we do have this fairly elusive crew of units. We have the Fizz, along with the Precious Pet and the Zap Sprayfin. So we have a couple of different angles of potentially getting this equipment damage through. The kind of next piece to that slightly elusive package is the addition of Brothers Bond. This is ideally going to let us, say, win a combat and then also get that bonus damage on an elusive unit so that we can get a next turn of attack damage in with the Brothers Bond. But the final thing that kind of ties all this together is we do have this odd collection of spells in here with the parlays and the make it rains. This is all to kind of tie in with the Unending Wave. The way I really want these games to sequence out, or we want to spend our first 6 mana on units. Our hand is almost empty, so then we're going to start to refill with the Eye of Nagakaboros and the Unending Wave. And then that last little bit of card draw is hopefully going to give us the burn and the units we need to punch through the final points of damage. And so, there you have it. That's what we'll be doing battle with today. But before we get to battle, you know what we have to do. We have to pay the pay-to-win price, and we do have one. As you can imagine with this deck, most of it is already premium, but our copy of the Unending Wave hasn't got that treatment yet. And so, let's get the wave loaded up and ready to go. We can head on into battle. Where are we at? Where are you at, elusive pirate? There we go. Get him started. Right. All right. So fun stuff. I've been having a good time with this. I'll see how much we can cut the Legion Rearguards out of our next couple of videos. I think this is like 3 in a row, maybe 4 in a row, but ain't nothing wrong with that. If you just want to watch somebody play Vayne or play Seraphine over and over again, why not have someone that just plays Legion Rearguard over and over again? Nothing wrong there. All right, up against Galio Garen. I'm going to keep the early pieces of our curve here. Definitely happy to have a rear guard. The Hookmaster is good to help us get the curve going. Now we can almost certainly spend our first 6 mana on units. Great feeling. Here's our boy rear guard doing his thing, getting them damages in. Feels nice. Nothing better than getting those damages in. Coming at us with the elites. That's okay. Like, it's kind of tough here. Like, if we're going to run into the next turn, we're basically going to have to open attack. And so, not quite ready to just throw Fizz into the Battlesmith. I think Fizz is going to be a important part of the puzzle here in terms of finishing off this game. And so, we'll just go with the full team can't block down here and try and get an open attack in on this upcoming turn. Second Hookmaster, we can likely get this one in. Like, the worst thing that's going to happen here is that he plays like a 3-3 and it becomes a 4-4. As I say the words, I don't sound as excited about it. It's like if he plays a Vanguard Sergeant here and he's able to just get the value blocks on the rear guard. Not going to be super happy about it. okay. We'll just take the combat reel. I'm not really worried about losing our units at this point. We're just going to be slamming everyone on the board and trying to get trades. And so I'll at least pick up the spell mana. That will help tie into our burn package here. Okay, and let's add the Precious Pet. So if we draw Misfortune on the next turn, we could still add Fizz and Misfortune, and then be ready for an open on turn 5.
Reporting for duty. Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
Not the strongest Mirai Warden one has ever seen. I do want to throw away one unit here. I want to make sure that we have a full board after this turn. So I'm just going to put the Warden in front of the Battlesmith. I suspect he's probably got a combat trick or something here, and if he takes the trick to remove the Mirai Warden, that's okay. You know, if we can soak up some of the mana he's adding to the board, it'll just give us a better shot of having a lethal blow next turn. All right. So we'll drop the Unending Wave. It's going to give our Fizz a little bit of that elusive. Send in the squad.
Come on, where's the competition? You don't scare me.
Game says lethal, so it most certainly has to be. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. All right, let's start sending the burn to the face. Ideally, we'll get these trades on the Battlesmith, and we're probably never killing this Vanguard Squire. And so let's go ahead and send in with the Hookmaster. Then this is okay. Still got the 2 Hookmasters off the board, and then we have a lot of refill here. Stony suppressors. Are we supposed to be playing with Seraphine cards out here? I feel you. I feel you. All the suppressors. I dig it. All right, load up Zap with the old equipment. If he attacks here, I'm going to take a block. The Plunder Poro can go. We're just going to add in the Mirai Warden anyways. So he elects not to. It's okay. Still want to get the dude on the board, though. We're most certainly opening next turn. He realized the coast was clear. Here comes the squad. I'm ready with my 5 mana Nox and Fervor. Not bad, not bad, a little 5 mana play. Alright, see if we can't get the takedown there. Got him. I was like, oh boy, let's get him to 1. Get him to 1, see if we can't get the takedown with the parlay directly to the face. That's the kind of thing I can get behind. All right, GG. All right, everybody's favorite deck, little Ezreal Seraphine coming at us. So we'll hang on to our 1s. I want to make sure that we have a much early game as we can, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan away the Misfortune. She is kind of tasty against the Seraphine decks, given that they tend to not do that well against 3 health units, right? They have a lot of Mystic Shots and 1 damage ping kind of things. And so there's a good reason to hang on to the Misfortune, but it's so much worse if we just don't have a turn 2 play. Yep. She turned back up anyways. So I won't leave you hanging like that, bro. I'm here. I'm here to protect.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla. Here, fishy fishy.
You can tell Misfortune's just eyeballing that 1 health unit. She says, let's party, friend. Let's party.
Time to find a muse.
Of course, the whole squad's gonna come in. I'm curious to see if he actually comes in and tries to like block Misfortune. Oh, he doesn't. So I would suspect he doesn't have like Ravenous Flocks or Scorched Earths in his hand. The Seraphine's not important at this point, right? She's just here to block. I'm actually quite surprised she didn't do any blocking there.
Come on, where's the competition?
But pretty high-powered collection of friends we have here. We do have the choice to play the physical Misfortune Make It Rain. Just kind of tempting given how much mana we have, but I think I'll let him just stick with this Mystic Shot, do whatever he's trying to do. It's kind of awkward seeing the Mystic Shot in the middle of combat here, like we were actually going to block the Hookmaster with Misfortune, but to each their own. Says, uh-oh. That single copy of Make It Rain coming through. Sure.
Guess I'm the
He started without me. Just need a second.
Alright, got the whole aggro squad ready to party. Got somebody cheap now? Well, I was hoping to pick up a 1 or a 2 so we could have the completely full board, but it's okay. Zap helps us get to that end game where we close them out with a bit of evasion and some burn spells. It says, let me bring you that parlay, my friend. Interesting. You typically, like, the thing with Stunning Misfortune, right, is you would love to block her with the Arachnoid Sentry. You're never stopping the love tap ability, right? That's just not the way the cards work. She's attacks, the love tap's going to happen. But, like, his play here's, just Ravenous Flock on the back line to Misfortune. You typically look to stun something else and then just block Misfortune with the Arachnoid Sentry. It gives you the opportunity to either, just trade for her, or, I mean, I guess there's a world where we have something like a heavy metal to kill his unit, but the majority of the time that gives you the opportunity to almost guaranteed take down Misfortune or really limit how much attacking your opponent's going to do. He's probably bamboozled by the arcade Misfortune, though. Didn't expect as much premium to be coming at him. Let's be real, that's a lot of premium. We'll wait and see. I was considering if we wanted to Nox and Fervor off the Misfortune, we can probably get another spell out of them.
Hear that one again.
I'm not entirely. Just hoping to pick up a free. That was a interesting sequence. Fairly lucky hit though. We were really close to getting the parlay off onto Seraphine.
Come on, let's hit it.
Really?
All right, center stage.
I'm ready with the parlay. Send her in. This is like I don't know. I just feel like opponent here may not have maximum experience with Seraphine at this point.
Man, I'm good. Show me what you got.
But on the other side of the table, I do have maximum experience with Legion Rearguard, so this is the good stuff right there. Well, awesome. Let's see what kind of garbage we get doubled up on with here. Can't wait to find out.
Let's mix up the settings, yeah?
All right, that prevents 4. Sown Seeds, sure thing. Send the rear guard onto that face place. And enough for a GG. Oof, that was a little closer than I would want, but we got there at the end of the day. GG. Right. So that wasn't so bad. I feel like I might get myself in that headspace where we just start playing 8 games again. You know, I feel like maybe there at the beginning of the season with all the Seraphine decks is taking people, you know, a while to adjust to having access to all the extra cards and everything, and it feels, you know, a little bit more reasonable now. I was I didn't have like high expectations for the patch notes yesterday, but you know, I was kind of hoping and dreaming there might have been a little bit of something in there. But with this, we need to find a 1-drop. Having a 1-drop is more important than having the 2-drop there. Managed to find the Jagged Butcher. It was pretty good. Ready to enter the combat phase.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat.
The classic Trundle Tryndamere deck. I wonder if he caught our video on the Mount Targon, just, you know, soaking up all that RNG that play 7 different RNG cards in your deck. It's fine. Targon's Peak though. Big negative. All right, let's see what happens. See if he blocks or not. He doesn't go for a block, so I'm curious if that means he's in the space of having Blighted Ravines. We could look to. I think we have enough to just like not open. Like we can get the Mirai Warden in, we can get the Legion Rearguard in. The question is going to be, do we want to get Misfortune involved in this next combat? And I mean, it's tough. With him adding Vile Feast, I think it's okay, since we'll be adding 2 units to the board. Right, at least the Butcher and the Misfortune. Hopefully get up to the full 6. Then it's probably just too good in the sense of it makes these blocks with faces of the old ones not be very strong. And so it's like if he has an avalanche, then, you know, good job. You know, not much you can say about that, but Trundle here is okay. Now all his blocks are pretty terrible. I'm not going to attack with Misfortune. I would like to potentially save her for another attack here in the future, but I don't feel quite comfortable with the amount of damage we're able to punch through on our next attack. All right, take him to 10. Now the next thing to worry about is going to be him having like a Trundle Quake. Costs 8. He's got 8. Yeah. We'll see how that lines up.
I'll knock 'em dead.
We just keep passing here. It's like, if he does manage to have like a Blighted Ravine or something, then we just completely lose the game. We could at least follow up a little bit, but if we're just going to look to add a 2/2 on this following turn with the Eye of Nagakaboros, it doesn't feel like we need to add that Jagged Butcher there.
Nothing's tougher than a troll.
Now hopefully we can get this big burn package rolling through. The kind of interesting thing with this is I don't have high expectations out of getting another attack out of Misfortune this game. So I would like to make it rain, but it's a little bit more important here to be dropping these Nox and Fervors. And so we're just going to kind of get stuck with her. I'd love to see him have to drop a Vengeance here. An Atrocity. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Take him to 3. That's pretty good. Allied and the Butcher. These decks usually don't play the Ruination. Or if they do, they only play 1 copy, and so I think he's going to be a safe add. Now we're pretty close to having the lethal. He's got to have some kind of AoE here.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
Definitely not worried once he tapped down to 5 mana. Got him. GG.
Fortune smiles.
Who do we got here? Some Gwen Vayne? Alright. Little scarier. Kind of same as before. I think it's more important to have some 1-drops or 2-drops to play on the second turn than it is to have Misfortune on turn 3. So I'll hang on to the Precious Pet, mulligan everything else away, and look for some more 1s and 2-drops. Not blocking this thing. We got all these juicy, fearsome attackers. They don't have to they don't have to worry about the Elkin. Interesting. He's waiting on tough. And a Fizz? Man. I see the Fizz lined up with the parlay, but we'll see if opponent would just get us with the oh, just getting us like that, huh? Wonder why he didn't attack with that. He had to have just drawn this, right? He would have attacked. Oh, the Elkin. Never mind. I was thinking he's not a tumble card. All right, let's get in the damage while we can. So we should be able to drop Misfortune and Fizz next turn, or before our next attack. There's a chance for some width though. It's like I'm so scared to just drop these parlays now. I think we got to do it, but it's not as awesome as I was hoping.
Winged protector, guide my path.
Oh, I've never met anyone like you.
Uh-oh, are we going to draw an equipment? This would be a pretty sweet place to catch a forge. Did we get it? We did not. Life can be hard sometimes, man. So we just gotta just start sending it to the face. This is pretty painful now that the Elkin healed up to 3. I was actually hoping that we could, catch a trade with Misfortune onto this thing, but it's obviously not going to be the case now. So it's like we're just going to try and get in about 7 damage this turn. We have 3 burn in hand, and then hopefully we can finish off from there. Nope, this game's done. Alright, GG. Too much stats. Whew. That Elkin, I did not anticipate the equipment coming down. I thought we were going to be sneaky with our fearsomes, and that was that was very quickly proven wrong. Okay, some Pantheon Varus. Alright, we got a 1 and a 2 with this one. Get rid of Nox and Fervor. Look for something else. Nice, not a bad little curve. Here I'm gonna lead in with the Precious Pet, just more likely to get in for damage. We can live the dream with the Jagged Butcher a little bit later. So I think the pet's the premier open. And then we'll look for Mirai Warden on the opponent's turn. Just it's a very tough ask to block a Saga Seeker. It's just very easy for this guy to become a 3/4 on the turn.
Oh, I've never met anyone like you.
Alright, what you got for us? More Nox and Fervors? It's like, I think I want just the guaranteed damage in this Pot of Pain. The fearsome, I guess the fearsome can be relevant after this turn. It's like, you're initially thinking, and it's like, okay, well, if he's just going to block with the Saga Seeker, it's going to be bad for us. But I think, you know, on the follow-up turn, being able to attack past Lunari cultists or whatever small play he has could have some opportunity.
An end to war.
Together, stranger.
Guess I'm the base.
Right, got him to 12. Got 6 points of burn in the hand. Need to find a another dude. Precious pet, you're the dude. Interesting. Going big on the Saga Seeker. I was expecting a boost onto the cultist so it could block a fearsome, but not the case. Still too afraid to block here.
You're looking at Ionia's teaching camp.
Probably shouldn't have taken the overwhelm. It's never dealing damage. Should have taken that +1.
What's this? A new flock.
The +1 mana. Just all the knocks and fervors. We're gonna be short on damage. He can block 3 guys, right? And then we'll only be coming in for 4. Well, maybe we can try. We can kill next turn, right?
Stand with me.
Are you the one?
I said bonk.
All right, get him to 2. Nothing could go wrong from here. I mean, their interactivity's kind of lacking, right? They have a lot of defensives coming out of this, but I guess you could have that 1 damage Ezreal thing. Whatever. I just think assume it's the Ezreal thing, but how did he kill both? What the fuck just happened? Oh, one of them landed. Okay, I was like, I just saw the sequence play out and our cards fall away, and I was like, that didn't that didn't look right. Something wrong happened there, but no, we're good. We got in for 3.
Things can be analyzed, even darkened.
But this is gonna be tough from here. Not super likely to punch in any more unit-based damage. Probably need to block all of them. The 3 at the end is fairly safe. Can't take 8 though. We do got this 1 copy of Decimate in our deck. That's all you need. Just knowing that you have the dream is it's something. It's something. Zap, you're a good part of the dream. Unfortunately, out of Nox and Fervors at this point, but no reason to. Well, I guess there is reason to equip, right? He could be playing the Targon heal spell. Let's load up Zap. That got us good. That got us good. Did not think of the stun.
No more demons.
It's probably does this deck like actually physically play the card? No, it's Pantheon. It makes sense.
We fall as light upon fire.
So yeah, I think that's still safe. It's I don't know. I don't know if this deck's typically playing Guiding Light or not, but that is tough though when you see him at 2 and you have your 2 attack elusive shut down, especially against the deck that's not going to be playing like Sharp Sights. Sure. Hi, game. Well, we got lots of good options left in here. We got a parlay if he doesn't open on us. We got this Make It Rain and a Decimate. All right, fine. Fine. GG.
No moon, no
But that's tough. Like and something like seasonals, you could always make the informed judgment when you have the deck list. I'm just not super familiar with what people are playing in Pantheon Varus. The heal is fairly common amongst Pantheon decks. All right, what do we got? Same deal. We don't have any 1-drops in here. We'll full mulligan and look for one. That's not awesome. That's not awesome right there. It doesn't seem like much, but I feel like we made a good example of this problem in our previous video, where you have these turns where you don't have the 1-drop, and then you know, you're missing out on like 4 or 6 damage across the course of the game. But here we might just get him. No health? No health? Oh, he picked up tough. Fuck. Okay, I was like, oh man, if we get to parlay and then follow up with the ballista, that was gonna be huge. But some people are just lame. Am I right? Dropping their pan of pain like a bitch. Talking about you, Darren F. Like a bitch. Well, let's see what happens here. We got a fair number of options for this upcoming turn. I don't think opponents, gonna expect the parlay to come out. I was not expecting an attack here. That's dangerous. Like we do have the Darkened Ballista potentially for Misfortune, and we elected not to load her up, but it's tough. We are just not doing piratesy things here, and it's gonna come back to bite us in the ass.
What could you ever teach me?
He's thinking on it too hard. He's gonna have that the double cast combat trick. Just painful. We can't stop it with Make It Rain. I guess like the combination of Misfortune and Make It Rain would take down the Disciple in the face of Zap, but none of that sounds very awesome. All right, Make It Rain in. Got to get our point of damage from the parlay, right? Got to get it. Got to get it while the getting's good. This Pan of Pain has been astronomically terrible for us. If it was just like any other equipment. Fuck. Like literally any other equipment would have just been so good. Oh, and that stops everything, huh? Huh. Oh, it only stops the single target stuff. Okay. Alright, Zap, do your job, bro. Now he's going to be coming in with the little dragonlings and stuff. This is not good. Not good.
Sometimes you're the fish, sometimes you're the bait.
Catch the wind!
I mean, I'm just so curious if we shouldn't have gone back and tried to Misfortune down this this Eye of the Dragon. It's been a real problem. Let's be real. Yep. At least though, I mean, he's down to 2 cards in hand, so we might have some opportunities in that sense. Got a scout thing with Misfortune on board. Got access to a ton of cards, so maybe there's a hope and a dream. Down to 1 card at this point.
Come on, where's the competition? Ready yourself.
We're gonna get this Naga Nika of Zareta on the board. That's what's gonna happen with this one. if he's gonna give us this much time, it's gonna come down. Alright, so in with the bloodletters. Let's refill just a little bit. Fizz is an interesting addition. It's gonna let us chunk in for some damages on this.
Let me at 'em.
More so than just getting the Legion Rearguard going. Alright, opponent's down to one card. That's it. That's it. That's all they've got, just the one. We have to be in good shape now. Alright, so Fizz is of course a good attack. The Legion Rearguard, he's going to attack, right? He can't block next turn, so as long as he gets any kind of value here, I'm going to be okay with it. And no reason to attack with these other guys. You're doing it, Fizz. This is what you're here for. All right. Here comes the final thunder, the big attack.
My kind of party.
We'll just block it all, except we'll keep Fizz back. Fizz is going to be our path to victory here. I know Misfortune is really close to flipping, but I don't think that she's going to be relevant. We're going to be able to close this out with a scouting Fizz. Just a very real chance we could die this turn if he starts to play, you know, Sonic Wave style cards, but feel a lot better now. Let's hang on to our brother's bond, though. If we need to protect our Fizz this round from something dumb, we'll have the spell to do it with.
And now peace is just moments away.
Can never put past opponent from doing something dumb, am I right? It's always a thing. So if we went to Misfortune, that's 3. Brother's Bond is 5. Upcycled Rake is going to cost 7. That would leave us with 3 mana behind for a Nox and Fervor.
I'm
Sure.
one of the good guys, but not that good.
Greed will turn any man into a monster.
You're about to do the work, Fizz. This is what you're here for. This is what dreams are made of. It's a big boom right there. It's a big boom, son. I think we might have got him. To the briny deep, bro. Look at that. Aggro Monster Fizz coming through, getting the level ups with pirates and finishing it off with the scout attacks. I don't know, man. I've got a bit of like warmth in my loins right now. That felt really good. I'm getting pretty excited after that one. Warmth in my loins. We're going camping with that crotch tent we got going on down there. Nothing better than going camping. GG. All right, on to Annie Jen. See if we're going camping after this one as well. Hang on to our old rearguard friend. He's not the best against Annie Jen, but he's okay. Better than not having anyone. You just can't trade on the second turn. It's kind of sad.
Reporting in? Need a second.
What you got for us? Everybody's got a rear guard. I love it. I love it.
I bring music and war.
He's done for the turn. It's tough. Like, I don't think we're ever gonna get a flipped jagged butcher, but it's like if we find ourselves in the next turn
Sometimes you're the
to where we can only add one unit, it's not gonna feel very good.
meat face.
Sure. I was intending on taking this thing off the board, but we can force him into blocking with the Tusk Speaker. We don't have to worry about the overwhelm damage. Didn't pick up a 1. Sad day.
You won't get past me.
Wonder if the old ball cruise is going camping with a crotch tent right now. Yeah. Is that how an anti-gen player feels after they play a bird?
Come on, Tippers. It's playtime.
Drops in the Sunhawk. So, like, what are we gonna get going with this turn? We see the gen in his hand. That's fine. I'm not having any targets with the Make It Rain. I think this is okay. Like, he let this happen. I'm gonna put the Sandsworn Amulet onto the Jagged Butcher. And then we're gonna have to Nox and Fervor our rear guard into the Tusk Speaker.
If you
Fuck.
want to play, take one.
That's good. That's good.
What we do is so much bigger than us both.
This was the one card that could get us. His other stuns all cost 3 mana or more. Alright, fall to 7. The upside here is his Annie is, well, I guess Annie is kind of close to leveling, but he only has Gen plus 1 more card. The Annie hasn't leveled yet. He's going to need a bit of work to do so. And so maybe we can overcome in that sense.
Let me at 'em.
I'm going to let you at him, Fizz. We got to find some good friends here with the Thundering Wave. Fizz number 2 in Decimate. That could not have gone worse. That I was thinking, like, let's play the wave first. We may end up with a Fizz that, you know, we just don't play if we just play the 2 cards off of the Wandering Wave, but we miss our ability to get damage in this round if we do it that way. Alright, at least we hit the Crackshock Corsair here. What a fucking disaster. It's like I would rather just trade the Fizz away and play the other one than be stuck with the Playful Trickster in hand. Uh-oh. Are we going to get you down, Steve? Oh, fam. Oh, fam, the Singleton Steve coming through. That's what dreams are made of right there. That's the stuff. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was good. I got another tent. I'm tinted again. Nice. He says OF. Nope, he's not bringing any of it, huh? Nice. I'm going to play the Warden first and follow up with the Eye of Nagakaboros. Gives us a little bit more opportunity to to get a burst attack in. I guess he's only has like one card at this point. He can't make a big deal about it, but I like the idea there. If they had, we probably should have just played the eye first, right? Since he only has the one card. Still in a pretty good spot, though. Could not block faster. We could have blocked better, I guess. I was just excited with this one. I wasn't thinking about Jen being low on health, but is that enough? One short? Alright, so we keep our Fizz. Let's see what we can get on board here.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
Alright, we got it all. Parlay to the face area, the face zone. And here it comes. 8-bit, make it rains. Rip. Oof. Oof, man. I don't know. If you're not getting a crotch tin off of that one, you at least got to be a little sweaty, right? You get a little gamer sweat going. I never heard the term gamer sweat before until the kiddo in the household dropped that one on us. Are you? Oh, come on. Say, are you sweaty from playing Fortnite? Yeah, just got a little gamer sweat going on. I guess it's the term the kids use, you know. You get a little sweaty. I used to get a little sweaty playing StarCraft, but since then I've been immune, I guess. See if we can't build up a little gamer sweat on this one. All right. Same plan. We want to have a nice little curve. Misfortune is not going to be a part of that. You're not going to get any usage from her until about turn 4, and so we just want to try our very best to spend our first 6 mana on units. And then if you don't get to play anything on turn 2, that didn't work out as well as one would hope. Green Glade duos. Oh man. It's gonna die. I was gonna say I'm getting a little gamer sweaty on this parlay, seeing the the Green Glade duo come down. All right, downside to this turn would be Zed. I'm just gonna take it. Just gonna take it. So we gotta kind of like hope we can kill him on the next turn. He's not a huge problem right now, but he'll certainly grow to be one. Not playing Zap. I want to make sure that we can Brothers Bond this round. You can't do like cute shit like play a Golden Aegis here. We'll murder into a Golden Aegis, and so. All right, let's bring the heat. I'm gonna say not the best chance in the world of taking down the Zed, because they do play a monumental number of combat tricks. But if we got to soak up the catch, we got to soak up the whatever that other thing is called, and so that goes a long way in terms of him having enough tricks to come in and kill us. Okay, we can double block here if we need to. The thing we don't want to see there is like we block one half and then he plays a bunch of combat tricks on the other half and then he's able to come back in. Okay. He's still got the mana for a Golden Aegis, but we can get around it. And to deny. Beautiful. Beautiful. Load me up with some of that gamer sweat, son. So I don't think we can open here, though. This is like, if we hit, we only get to come in for 4. So I'm going to add Zap, see if we can't pick up a Nox and Fervor. We've already played a bunch of our cheaper spells, so we got a decent shot. Could have gone better, could have gone worse. We at least hit the elusive out of it. Okay. We got 6 damage of elusive coming in. I don't know where you come from, but that's a lethal right there. GG. Market a W for bust. And so, you know, not a bad set of games. Not a bad set of games. There's a lot of raw power in Pirates still. This is one of these things as to where, you know, the new cards come out and people get excited about them for a couple weeks. If you look through the top played decks in the meta, it's all Seraphine and all Vayne. But that doesn't mean that a deck like Pirates stops being good. And so the Pirates are definitely a deck that you can still look to take and have some success with. We've had reasonable success with the Swain Misfortune version of Pirates, and then kind of expanding out from that. There's some other options elsewhere. And so, you know, I think this is kind of an interesting take. I don't think the numbers here are perfect, but I think it's something to kind of like consider as, you know, new sets come out and cards are added in and the meta shakes up a little bit, is do we ever get in the space to where these like really heavy card draw versions are strong, right? So the idea being, you know, we just completely flood the board, we refill, we flood again. And if we're able to spend, you know, 5 and 6 more mana than our opponents, then we're probably just going to outright win the game. And so you don't run into these spots that you kind of see sometimes with the Swain version, to where you're playing an Eye of Nagakaboros and you draw the Leviathan, and then you've got like 6 cards in your hand, and they average out to being like 5 mana a piece, and you just can't play any of it. That's what we're trying to avoid with this and getting these closes quickly. And so, you know, with some of this, I was reasonably happy with things like Parlay, reasonably happy with things like Brothers Bond. It's nice to kind of circle back and think about some of these concepts in just a slightly different light. And then that also kind of applies to best of 3. I know best of 3 is only relevant to like 12 people right now, but if you want to do the thing where you say play Misfortune Swain, but then we also now, you know, can't play Misfortune here, maybe we're able to play Fizz Twisted Fate. I wouldn't quite recommend it. Misfortune is monumentally important to this kind of thing, but it does start to open up the space to some of these concepts, and it's good to remember that, you know, just because Dark and Ballista wasn't good last season doesn't mean it can't be good this season. I think it's, you know, it's nice to stop and come back and reevaluate a card like Dark and Ballista as we get new toys like the Unending Wave. And so, you know, pretty good set of games. Pretty good. We had a good win rate. I had fun with this. I hope you had fun too, because that is going to do it for us today. And so I hope everyone's equipment are as strong as they need to be. Hope everyone learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.